Welcome to a demo race at the Sachsenring 1967. This track has been recently converted to rFactor 2, from rFactor 1 to rFactor 2. And this track has quite a history as a sim racing track. It was originally made for Grand Prix Legends and then converted to GT Legends. I also believe it was in GTR 2. Not sure, but it was pretty sure it was converted to rFactor 1 because this track is now converted from rFactor 1 to rFactor 2. It's not a fantasy track, it's a real track. It was in use as a racing track in 1939 and then also came back as a racing track in the 60s, all the way up to 1985. Also saw a bicycle race on this track configuration in 1985. I couldn't find any racing footage, but there are photos. So before the modern Sachsenring as we know it today, as a racing track, this was its predecessor, and they raced this track configuration all the way up to the 80s. Now for this race I'm driving the Cooper Climax from the Richmond and Gordon Trophy. That is part of the GT Revival mod from SSS Garage. This is getting a bit crowded here. I have to watch it. I'm getting the old squeezeroo. There's my fellow Cooper Climax. The AI tends to slow down a bit in this part of the track. That is the Lancia 250, the yellow car in front of me. They particularly slow down for this corner. Now if you're driving in VR like I am, going down here is quite impressive when you get it in 3D with depth of vision. So this is actually more tricky than it looks like, this corner, because after some strong braking for that corner, it seems like the brakes are getting a bit overheated and losing their grip. Maybe that's simulated, I don't know. But I'm a great fan of this track. Although the visuals are a bit dated, but the track layout is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, it's gonna make for some pretty hot and exciting racing. And once you learn this track, and you know where it goes left and right from memory, and what entry speed you have to take, and where to brake, you're gonna have a blast here. Did you hear that jolt in the road? Now these cars are, in my opinion, a bit sensitive for bumps and dips in the road. Maybe because the suspension wasn't all that sophisticated in the 50s, and the mod developer SSS Garage tried to represent that in this mod. Could be, I don't know. What is this Ferrari doing? He slowed down a bit early there. Okay, so this is also a bit tricky. You have to brake while cornering. What's this car going to do? He's going to squeeze me. That's what he's going to do. Now they tend to slow down here a bit, the AI. But it's also, the car gets very light here in that corner. Also the upcoming corner, the car gets light, so you can't risk it all. And especially this corner is very deceptive. I've been off track to the right many a times. Braking time, because you're going downhill and also quite fast, so you have to brake a little bit earlier than you would normally do. You see all those poles on the left with the spectators? That was a real thing on this track. I saw photos of those poles with the spectators in it. That was a real thing. So from the photos I saw from this track in the good old 60s, it was mainly used for motorcycle racing. But they did a fair amount of car racing here as well. I saw Formula 2 cars, open wheelies. This is also quite tricky. You have to gear down as you negotiate this part of the track. It swings from left to right. Putting down the power here, you have to be very careful, or you're going to get sideways with the car. If you put the power down too strongly, so that was also you get a lot of bumps here, and you really have to control the car. And usually I gear up to a higher gear, so the car is more stable. This is a front part of the track, very exciting cornering. Then you're going flat out, pedal to the metal. Now the upcoming fast right-hander gives a little bit of power oversteer to the car. And then you brake here in a sort of a curved line. Trying to brake, and it was still too late. Trying to make that first gear left-hander. It's got a clear track now. Now I can go a little bit faster. Still have to be careful here. Car gets light here over this hump. Then this very fast left-hander also have to be a little calculated. And this one is the most dangerous corner of the track. You can see why. Very easy to overdo it and shoot off track to the right side. Braking time here. You can't really see the corner as you're going up the crest again. Try to survive this. Powering out. And that's it, 3 laps. Hope you enjoyed it. Give the track a try. And you will have a lot of fun. See you all later. Bye bye.